Hello everyone, and welcome to the Adventures of Dan.
In Zurich.
As you may have noticed, that was not my usual venue. That was actually in the Basel airport as I was getting ready to check in and go through security and all that stuff. We had gotten there about 15 minutes before that, and I went up to check in. So my flight was at 10:15, and I got there at 8, and I went to check in. And the woman at the desk was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't actually check in for another 15 minutes. It's got to be within 2 hours of the flight taking off." I was like, "Okay, sure, that's fine." So I go back and sit down. But at the end of or at the front of the line to the check-in place, I found pretty good life advice. But that was all today. I'm going to talk about yesterday first. So I got up bright and early yesterday, nice and 3:45 in the morning to get to my 7:15 flight. So that was a fun time. So I get to Basel, and Corey and Will are there waiting for me, which was awesome because then I knew how to get home. And by home, I mean to the place I was going. But basically, I knew how to get around because they knew how to get around and I knew how to follow real well. So we got to the train station, and first of all, there was this beautiful fountain thing there. No sandstorm. But it was still beautiful.
70% high. Yeah.
Then we get down to the actual train platform and we see this guy. So we had decided previously that we were going to go hike to the highest point in Zurich. So first we had to take a train to get to the place where we start the hike, and even the view from the train was beautiful.
Of course, now you can't see the city.
We can get you a view of the city.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to get one from the train too.
Got it. Oh, there you go.
No, that's not bad.
And then on the hike, of course, we had some amazing views.
There's a little picture.
Yep.
I was grabbing one back of the neck.
That way?
Yeah.
We'll get there.
You're not afraid of heights, are you?
No.
So up that little hill you just saw there and kind of off to the left a tiny bit is the actual physical highest point of Zurich, and then the tower that you saw is just kind of a sightseeing tower that you can go up there and see everything. It was a little windy. So after we made it to the highest point, we hiked back down, and that had some more amazing views.
Or what? Oh. Huh.
I mean, yes, but not.
Cows.
In his range, but he can hit the notes, the high notes in Seasons of Love. Because there's 3 Plutos. There's Pluto at its closest point. I don't remember the name right now.
So at the end of the hike, we went to this fondue place, and it was good. So after that, we rode a little gondola down to where we could take a train back to where Corey and Will live.
San Andreas Fault.
So after all that, we went back to Corey's house, we hung out for a little while, we watched some Doctor Who, and then we went to bed relatively early because I had to get up early again to catch the flight home this morning. Yeah, overall, it was a really great time. I'm so glad I went. It was a lot of fun, and it was great to see Corey, and I'm just really glad I got to go. Super fun. So I told you about yesterday today, and I will tell you about today tomorrow. And then if tomorrow has anything that happens, I will either tell you about tomorrow as well, or I will tell you about tomorrow on Tuesday, and eventually it will catch up with itself. Anyway, stay tuned. Ba 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 ba.